Hi, I'm Eddie Gonzalez and we're at the Aviation Institute of Maintenance, and today we're going to be building a turbine engine just like this one from an F-8 Crusader from the US Navy. And eventually when we're done, we should be able to get it to spin just like this J69 engine from the United States Air Force. So just like this, we're going to get it going. So as a former power plants technician in the Marine Corps, I always know that you have to know where your parts are, so we're going to take a look at that first, all right? So as we look down, we're going to have our cases. So this is going to be our front case for our low pressure compressor, and from now on I'm going to refer to it as the LPC, okay? This is going to be our LPC holder. Now this is going to be our high pressure compressor case, HPC, also known as half cases. You might hear me say HPC cases or half cases, exactly the same. We're going to get into our further stages of our low pressure compressor or LPC compressor, our shaft, our high pressure compressor or HPC, another stage to that HPC, a low pressure turbine or LPT, our holder at the end, and our handle. And hopefully when we put all this together, we'll be able to actually spin this thing, so this will be fun. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our shaft, and as you can see, I've sanded this a little bit, and what we want to do is we want to make sure we can get our stages on there. So we're going to go first stage, and because I sanded this, of course, it's going to go on nice and neat. If it doesn't go on, what you want to do is you want to take some of your sandpaper and just give it a good little rub on the outside. Brush it off a bit and then see how it fits again, and it should sit pretty much flush all the way down. Gonna do a little more at the top there. Not a huge deal. Want to make sure that crevice in there that's holding our cases together can go all the way down. Perfect. Then we're going to get our second stage. So down there, perfect, and our third stage. So down perfect. So then it should look just like this. All right. So then next, we're going to move to our high pressure turbine. So we're going to put that down. We're going to take our HPC, and as you can see, it's pretty much put together. We're just putting two things on. We're going to put our first stage of blades. So again, if you have that little lip right there, you can just flip it over. If not, of course, take your sandpaper, sand it around, and then our HPT, and sit there flush like that. Now, you're going to see it just like that. So one, that's already prefabricated, 2 and 3. So after putting together our HPC and our LPT right here, what we're going to do is we're going to put these two shafts together. So when you look at the bottom of your LPC shaft, you're going to see a notch, just like this. And when you look at the top of your HPC shaft, you're going to see a notch, just like that. So male and female end, and you're just going to slide it in there ever so slightly and just slide right in. Now, if it doesn't slide in, of course, you can take your sandpaper, go around a little bit, go around a little bit. Just take off that excess because it's prefabricated and put it back in. And it should sit just like that, nice and flush. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our half cases and we're going to actually make this sit inside of our half cases. So as you can see, it's going to open up. You see these holes right here? That's actually where our combustion major repair assembly would actually be sitting. And we're going to have this cone essentially sit inside of that. So as it sits, it should sit just like that, nice and flush. And if you want, let's see, can we give it a pre-spin? Ah, yes, pre-spin. That's good, we're right on track. So what we're going to do is you can do this two ways. You can either go from forward to aft. As we know in aviation, forward is front, aft is back. We're going to start on the aft part of the actual engine, and we're going to start with our holder piece, also known as a support cone, okay? So what we're going to do is, if you see in the back of your HPC, you're going to see a hole. And if you look at the back of your support cone, you're going to see a notch. What you want to do is just line those things up and hit it solid. So it should be in there just nice and snug, but just enough where you can, if you need to, you can pull it back out. So again, hole, notch, put it in, and there you go. Now it's going to sit ever so slightly just like that. And then finally, our handle. So we're going to put our handle just at the base of this. Again, It should slide over pretty regularly just like that. However, if you need to take that sandpaper As you can see, it's going to hold on to that. That's fine. That's perfect. You can take that sandpaper stand around and then put that notch back in. And then we're going to complete our assembly. So we're going to go around first. We're going to take our low pressure or LPC case, low pressure compressor case. We're going to hold it just like this. And make sure we turn this notch on top because our blades are going to go on. So as we put on our blades, it should fit nice and snug. And let me just give you guys a side profile of what that looks like. All right. Now this is where we discussed that holder, correct? Everyone said yes. We're gonna have that holder. You can either put your small holder for your LPC either on top, just matching up notch to notch, and it'll hold it like so, or you have the option to put in the entire case again, notch to notch, notch to notch. All right. And what we're going to do is, as I hold this, as you can see, that's going to be the front, and that's going to be the rear. You can just get a little bit of turn out of this. I'm just going to open it up a little bit. And the only reason I'm not using the handle is because I want you guys to see kind of how it's supposed to go. So again, that HPT right here, this disc is supposed to be still. So it's a little difficult holding it like this, but it should spin. And again, you have a couple options. You can take your LPC holder and match it up notch for notch, and it'll glue right there. Or you can take the full, the LPC holder, the complete case, and line it up notch for notch and glue it like so. And if you'd like, you can also take that half case that you had and glue it as well, just matching up the spots and then putting just glue here and here, just on little points and going over the top like that. And as you know, as you see, it'll spin a little bit. I like to have it off because you can see the different stages and the different colors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this one down and show you what one looks like all put together and glued. All right, so we're going to set that one right there. And this is our completely assembled turbine engine. So I made a little stand for it so you guys can see it, but I'm going to pick it up. Ooh, and it fell, but that's okay. It's strong. I'm going to pick it up, and as you can see, it's going to spin through all those stages, there and there. And then from the front, it's going to look just like this. And there you go, and that's how you do it. And that's our completely assembled turbine engine. Thank you guys so much for letting me show you this part of what we do here at the Aviation Institute of Maintenance. And please look at our next video. Please click the link below, subscribe, like it, share it, and we look forward to seeing you here at the Aviation Institute of Maintenance. Bye-bye.